That Friday afternoon, a call from a bank stopped my entire day. Your name is listed as a co-signer on a mortgage, the man said. For my sister. For a house I had never seen. Approved 8 months ago. Signed in person. By my parents. My hands went numb. The papers arrived 5 minutes later. My name. My signature. Even the little curl in the letter my mom always copied when she forged my notes as a kid. My best friend Ryan, a real estate attorney, didn't sugarcoat it. This is felony fraud. Then my phone rang.
Mom.
She acted cheerful. Too cheerful. When I mentioned the bank, her voice collapsed. Kelsey needed help. You're doing so well, we thought you wouldn't mind. You stole my identity, I said. We're family, she whispered. That night, Ryan dug deeper. It wasn't just the mortgage. 3 credit cards. A personal loan. A business loan using an account I never opened. Total damage so far? Almost $300,000. My credit score had crashed. My career was now at risk. Then we found the final proof. An unauthorized login. From my mom's IP address. 20 minutes after my sister had been alone in my office. They didn't just use me. They planned it. So I made my decision. Tomorrow, I confront them. Not as their daughter. Not as my sister's backup plan. As a lawyer who finally knows everything. The next evening, I walked into my childhood home. Same couch. Same family photo. Same smell of mom's cooking. Kelsey sat at the table, eyes red. My dad stood silently at the stove, and my mom forced a smile. Chloe, you made it. I didn't sit. I dropped a thick folder on the table. Let's skip the pretending. Every fake loan. Every card. Every account. Verified by a legal investigator. Kelsey broke first. I didn't mean to hurt you. I just needed help with the down payment. Then it spiraled. Spiral, I said quietly. You took a 6-figure loan in my name. You opened credit cards. You pledged an investment account I never owned. Dad turned from the stove. She just needed a break. You have everything. Why can't you give her a little? I stared at him. So, stealing my identity is support now. Mom stepped closer. We thought you'd understand. You're successful. Forgiveness isn't on the table tonight. Kelsey grabbed my arm. I'll pay it back. I swear. I showed her my phone. $9,000 at a spa last month. Designer bags. No steady income. How exactly? Silence. I don't know, she whispered. Exactly. Mom collapsed into tears. If you report this, Kelsey will lose her house. I looked at my sister. Then, at my parents. I've already spoken to my attorney. Tomorrow, I file an identity fraud complaint. Dad's voice was tight. You're taking your own family to court. You put yourselves there. Kelsey whispered. You can't do this. I'm your sister. I met her eyes. You're also the person who tried to destroy the life I built. I walked to the door. This isn't revenge. It's justice. Because silence only creates a next time. I left. 3 days later, I sat beside a senior financial analyst Ryan introduced me to. 2 hours passed in silence. Then she said softly, we have a much bigger problem than you think. How big? She turned the screen. Big enough for the FBI. My name had been used to front a fake investment fund. Fake emails. Fake contracts. My photo. My reputation. Millions moved through layered accounts. They didn't just steal from you, she said. They used you to steal from others. Ryan rushed in. Your dad and another man just tried to withdraw $200,000. The bank froze it. Good. But then she brought someone in. My old English teacher. My mom's friend. She looked at me with shaking hands. I thought you were running the fund, Chloe. They showed me your emails. Your name. My chest broke open. I had no idea. But I promise I will fix this. Ryan nodded. We're submitting the full case to federal investigators tomorrow. Names filled the board. Victims. Friends. People who trusted my family. And trusted me. They're panicking, Ryan said. If we wait, the money disappears offshore. I didn't hesitate. Then we act now. That morning, We walked into the bank headquarters with hundreds of pages of evidence. The branch manager stood as we entered. "Chloe, I just met with your parents this morning," he said carefully. "They claim you're trying to destroy their reputation." I set the file on Frank's desk. "Then I suggest you actually read it." Page by page, his face drained. Solstice leaned in. "The River Pine Fund is fake. The money trail leads straight to offshore accounts. One location started everything. My parents' house. One laptop. The same one Kelsey brought into my office." "This wasn't a mistake," Ryan said quietly. "It was planned." Frank closed the folder. "We're freezing every linked account. Law enforcement is already on the way." Less than an hour later, 2 investigators arrived. Then Frank called my parents and Kelsey back to the bank. They walked in smiling, like nothing had happened. I slid the folder across the table. "Let's clear something up. This is evidence of identity theft, wire fraud, and an illegal investment operation." My mother froze. Kelsey's hands started shaking. My father's face went red. "You'd send your own family to prison?" my mother snapped. I didn't blink. "I'm pressing charges. Last names don't cancel crimes." The officers stepped forward. "You are under arrest." My mother screamed. Kelsey collapsed into tears. My father tried to stand. They were let out in silence. Ryan whispered, "You okay?" "Not yet," I said. But I finally stopped running. A week later, I sat in a federal courtroom. Across the aisle, my parents, my sister, the people who built their scheme on my name. The prosecutor stood. This was not confusion. It was a coordinated fraud ring. When I took the stand, my legs shook. My identity was used to steal from friends, retirees, and people who trusted my family, I said. I wasn't just betrayed. I was used. The evidence filled the screens. Fake emails. Forged signatures. Withdrawals tied to luxury trips. The room went silent. Then the verdict came. Long sentences. All assets seized. Restitution ordered. My sister cried. My mother went pale. My father stared straight ahead. Mrs. Ward squeezed my hand. "You did the right thing." It didn't feel like winning. It felt like survival. 2 days after sentencing, my firm emailed me. They asked me to lead a new program, a support initiative for victims of family financial fraud. I stared at the screen for a long time. Then I said yes. Within days, hundreds of people reached out. Parents, children, elderly victims, people broken by someone they trusted. That's when I understood something. I didn't lose my family. I lost the illusion of one. And I built something better. A place where silence isn't loyalty, where truth is protection, where love doesn't cost your future. I don't chase forgiveness anymore. I choose peace. And I finally choose myself.